Welcome, you fine folk. You're about to listen to one of the most dynamic recordings ever. We're a Connecticut-based podcast that will never ask for a Patreon. That's not what this is about. This is about recording, creativity, and imagination run loose in the time when those things are needed. Welcome to Dungeonetics. In our previous episode of Dungeonetics, the team goes alone, and after successfully striking against the Nimble Fingers, finds out the true mystery behind Kira. As her entire intellect was wiped, the team decided to resurrect her. Now a rock gnome. You're welcome. After tidying up the act, preventing them from a more upgraded lifestyle. See, the Descaled company is about to be demoted and promoted in this episode 40 of Dungeonetics. Also, we're going to do a little time traveling to a way back time when a decision was made which will now affect all of us. Dungeonetics.
So you hear a very cranking sound as something metallic.
It was hustle.
Before, can I do something before this happens? If I see them through the window, and
They didn't see him.
Yeah,
No.
like it just happened right at the beginning.
It literally happened less than a second ago.
Okay, just checking.
And the Mastermind.
Ooh.
It is a suit of armor that has a container of liquid on the top with a brain sitting in it.
Oh, like Kang.
Like
Crane.
literally like a
Crane.
mastermind.
Damn it.
Crane?
Kang?
Crane.
Man, are we dealing with like
Kang.
intellect
Who's
devourers or
Turtles?
some
Right,
crazy
right.
shit?
Krang.
Crane.
No,
Crane could be like a
that's something
stomach.
different.
What was that?
Yeah.
Well, mind flares or whatever.
That's
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
So what'd you get for
a
initiative?
GC villain that has like
I
just
rolled
like a head of glow
a
and
one?
shit. And
Yeah.
nothing else. I forget.
Alright, so that's a 2.
Mr. Freeze?
Stereo?
That is a-
I know, but
I was
still,
caught looking
it's
at
very
the
Stereo's
small.
the villain with the fishbowl head.
Yeah.
I think it's just
Or
like...
fishbowl head from the Tick was just a fish in a bowl.
Oh yeah, I
on
remember
his
that
head.
one. Yeah, but no.
I don't know what his order is, but for us, it's Alex.
No, Alex isn't first.
You got 1.
So that would not make him first.
That
That would make him last.
Oh, it goes by whoever had the resurrection.
Yeah.
I was looking at the boobies on the wall. I didn't know what
He
happened.
was looking
Everything
at
happened.
the boobies.
Everything happened, and then I looked around.
Same here. We're all boobies looking at
Like,
boobs.
where'd he
and
go?
then
Where'd everybody go? guys?
Now we're like, wait, what's going on? And Mark's like, guys, I'm sending messages.
So Drago takes 6 points of damage
Oh, we didn't even do anything.
as the 2 guards come running down the stairs. As the knock comes to the window, and it looks like, from what you can see, the Otis is kind of like, and his head's just hitting the window repeatedly, like he's having a seizure.
Oh, God.
You see my O-face, guys.
Oh, no.
Then they come down. One of them swings his scimitar twice, missing. And the Drago is able to raise his weapon and fend off, but then he takes a dagger to his side. The other one is not able to do anything yet. Alright, so Skeet and Oates took 20 points of damage. You have resistance to psychic damage,
Yes.
so you take 10 points.
Alright, so that puts me down to 21.
As this blast hits you. Kira, you can see with a sly look on her face, she comes over to the rat. She's like, now it's time to take your head to your father.
Yeah! Oh, she triple critical on it.
You only took 7 points of damage.
Sweet.
That is
Down to 15.
impressive. Her first roll was a 0. Or a 1.
Let's say. I can't get a 0.
How do you get a 1 against someone who's stunned?
Now it's Wolfsbane.
Vortex Warp.
Alright, who are we Vortex Warping?
So I Vortex Warp Oats out.
Alright, where are you putting me?
Right down where we are.
Where? Safely?
Yes.
Like over here in the corner?
Yes.
Thanks.
Nobody puts Rocky in the corner.
One step farther.
He vortex warps him
You'll
in
be
front of
outside,
him. This
yeah.
is
You
my
can't,
shield.
you can't see that far around the
Yeah,
curtain.
can't see outside. So.
Just say, just put them on the roof.
Yeah, the roof.
Can't see the roof.
Can't see the roof. I
The
can't
roof
see
is
the
on
roof.
fire.
Alright, you're gonna move. Anything else?
Except for grab and go.
I'm gonna just back in this corner.
We can't just leave this.
We can't leave him sitting in there. He's not going to be able to get out.
Well, it's not just that. We can't just grab and go and leave this situation.
No.
Chance to
Trust me,
rally.
we're not leaving here. These people are not leaving out of here alive. So.
I grew up in a normal home in a normal town. All of a sudden, everything got crazy. I didn't talk to anybody about the way I was feeling. I was scared and I was alone. I started drinking. I just didn't want to deal with what was happening in my life. I knew about AA, but thought I was too young. I found out I was wrong. If you have a problem with your drinking, why don't you give AA a call?
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
We back on?
Back on.
And we're rolling.
Okay.
So we
So
check
there's-
upstairs. Let's go over that again because we didn't talk about that.
Alright. Yeah, so you guys, after the fight, go up into the the desk of the Mastermind. You find some gems and assorted jewelry with some moderate value to it, probably a little over 5,000 gold coin worth of value. Most of them are diamonds and some gold rings and bracelets.
Should we detect magic?
What?
Should we detect magic?
You can detect magic. There's nothing magical here.
Like warp sense?
They are not portals. You find the ledger, the Nimble Finger activity, and confirm that you have essentially destroyed all but this one house of the Nimble Finger Guild house. So
Knocking
you have removed they had nearly 60 members. They're down to 12, not including whatever you guys throw in them. And they used to have 7 guild houses. They now have 1.
So would I be correct in assuming that those other 12 are guarding that last shipment?
No, they're all just they were hiding. As you guys spend the night, some of them start flowing in.
Okay.
They knew something was going to go down, so they basically just stood clear to. They didn't want to fight for either side.
Yeah.
They just want to. They're not soldiers.
So I walk down as they're filtering in. How many are there at this point?
This night there's probably another half dozen. There's one group that are kind of like former pirates, and it's a crew of 4, and the leader of them calls himself Grimbeard.
All right.
He's pretty boisterous, but he's like, I don't care as long as you fill my pockets.
Well, I tell them, all right, here's the deal. What do you guys think of becoming worm food? Does that sound like a good prospect to you?
They all kind of like reach to their weapons.
Not what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what everybody in this guild would have eventually become if what was going on was allowed to be carried out.
Where'd you go?
Maybe alliance.
We can send
That's up to what
a
happens.
letter if
Captain.
everybody's open to it. We can send maybe a letter to the Velvet Glove and be like, look, we took out all of your competition.
With a big sign at the top of in front of it, under new management.
The Nimble Fingers is now under new management.
Now under new
Maybe, you know, a little bit down the line we can reach an agreement to
Let's
support
keep on
each
your
other.
first thievery.
Sounds
in our
good.
work.
Honor.
First Tuesday of next month, job fair.
All
hired.
right. So you guys can
Unfortunately, you wouldn't get hired.
check out any of the letters.
We need
You
you
just
to
had
grow
the
about
experience.
6 more inches.
Yeah.
All right.
Only
So
the experience. It would
the
probably be-
letters show a correspondence between the Mastermind and the Vial that goes back quite a while.
Oh, it's quite a while.
Sorting through.
Quite how long? It's quite a while. Let's say.
I want to know if this is going on before we existed as a group.
No.
Or
Just a couple weeks.
It happened after you guys had settled into the valley. The first one instructed the Mastermind to
Keep an eye on a rep kid.
to infiltrate the Nimble Fingers and
Nimble
assume
Fingers.
control under orders from the Harbinger, signed from the Vial. Then later on,
Not nothing. That seems
they
like a bad
said,
idea.
you know, they may have delivered me my freedom as the Harbinger promised, but we can no longer trust the Scaled company to be our only tool in the valley. Then later he's like, now that I hold the key to my freedom from the worm's obedience, and their spawn will be our shield, while I now have the freedom to continue my experiments to serve as our sword. And then the last one was, after the darkness claims the valley, the Hooded One and their people can help muster the darkness, and in return your people can rise again in its wake.
I don't think it's good. I think it was because in the vision that was given to us, the only person within the Scaled company, if I remember correctly, that was working to bring in the darkness was Kira. So Kira probably liberated like that whatever freedom that he's talking about. Kira's group probably facilitated that. So I don't think it's Cadman or Kieran.
No.
So I
What
turned to
happened to the rest
Kira
of her,
and I'm like, was this you?
Well, when we first came to the valley, my memories ended after our mission. We were sent up to Black Rock, but whatever creatures taking over the mine were expecting us. They allowed us entry, where our mission was to collect this stone that we were later told was some kind of meteorite. It had fallen through the mountain and was buried in a cluster of this prismatic stone. We brought it to the masked wizard, and another shadow elf was there, and they cast some kind of ritual on it, and in the process, the masked wizard kind of changed his persona, and afterwards they tricked me and implanted an intellect devourer in me.
I described the mask to her and asked her if that's the mask that she saw.
It's the vow.
Okay, it's my father. So
What is he though? He didn't. He used to be something else.
No.
He got possessed by the meteorite.
he's my father.
I
So
asked Kara who sent her there.
and
It was the same letters, if you remember back to the first session, where each talon had orders.
yeah,
Hers were to go to there and get the stone.
Remember, there was one
What
that
was
was
the-
new. That was
Okay.
What was the seal on that?
It was from the line,
not from the scale.
not from the scale.
Right.
And
Okay.
first from memory, who was the lion?
Lion was the
Lord of Wind.
forged to be from Linbury,
Yeah,
but was determined to be from the Harbinger instead.
Yep. So, okay. I turn to her and I say, are you ready and prepared to inform Lord Cadman of all of this? Because otherwise, if we can't bring you to him to do this, I don't know if there's any way to clear your name. And then I go on to tell her what happened after she got back from Black Rock.
Right, you explained. She's like, yeah, I don't remember anything past my meeting with the Harbinger in the vial. They were using us the whole time after that.
Did they ever bring you to what they described as the land of desolation?
That was her last memory. Because the Indolent Developer literally destroyed her brain. So it might have been her body going through motions,
Yeah,
but there was nothing of
there's
her.
no memories to go along with it.
Do we know what happened to the rest of her platoon or whatever? Her talon?
Her right-hand man was never comfortable with anything that was going on, so he was not possessed by anything that we can tell. So
No, the rest of her squad was intentionally detained by the commander to avoid them interfering with the rest of you guys.
yeah, so
Because he
I'd
didn't
say
want to sacrifice any soldiers that weren't compromised.
I would say we're gonna grab that letter, and I say we go back to Cadman and meet with him and kind of button that all up, and then go and deal with the emissary and explain why what happened, and pretty much be honest about what happened.
All right, you guys head back to the barracks.
Yes.
All right, the some of the tension on the street has been released. Not that really anyone knows what's happening, but the fact that all the guild members are in their personal hideouts and they've returned, and the
Number of body bags
The
that was
guards-
taken out the front of the building.
the guards at the barracks have all just disseminated into the barracks.
As I'm walking down the street, I purposely very loudly say, "Wow, word travels quick," and kind of make a suggestion like, "You bunch of cowards."
Well, a lot of the tension died out when the armed guards stopped mobilizing at the barracks.
Yeah. Okay.
You get to the barracks, and one of the guards inside the gate notifies you, commander's waiting for you.
Yeah, damn right he is.
I want to see Jamie first.
I mean, we're not going to make the commander wait if he's waiting for us either. We can pick up Jamie on the way, I guess.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Jamie's
Kara's
right-hand man. So yeah, I guess we'll go grab Jamie. We'll be like, Jamie,
Explain to him what happened.
Kara's back. And I show the rough gnome to Jamie.
He's like, and he's a little doubtful, and then he starts talking to Kira, and Kira starts responding, and then they start talking about a bunch of
Old times.
non-important events that they've been through, and you can see that Jamie is smiling, and he seems very happy that his suspicions about her character were incorrect. And he's like, I knew something had happened.
And then I say, all right, let's go see Cadman. And,
All right.
and I guess you can ask the questions along the way as we're walking, for whatever you want to ask Jamie.
No, just to say if he ever needs our assistance again,
Yeah.
please. feel
So
free
you
to
head
talk to
into
him.
the main room of the commander's office. He's got his little thing with his map out, like the last time he'd been here. He calls the group of you in. I hear from the spell you sent that the Nimble Finger is.
Yeah, that's what I heard so quick because I told him.
Yeah. Well,
I remember.
no, I'm talking about
No, I
the
remember
streets,
now.
though.
But everything's
I'm talking about
Yeah,
the streets, though.
I forgot I
found out-
I forgot
He
I
found
did.
out last
Let's
night
get to
before
it.
you guys took your long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's like, so we're good there.
we are.
So
I do have. We did find this letter that is a bit concerning, but we also understand that this is
Brain's
these are
getting
the
sugar
events.
crash, getting cranky.
These are the events that happened in Black Rock before.
Because
our
you're going
group
back and forth. I was like,
and
all right, get on
Kira
with
can
it.
explain that to you right now, and then again, Rockman steps out from
Sugar eyes starting to fall out.
Interesting. I guess
Had
bring
a
one
crack.
back from
20
the
minutes, I'll be
dead.
sleeping.
Sometimes you have to sing two drastic measures.
Oh my.
He changed some. He's like, it's good to have you back here.
Your coffee.
I already had it.
Because I didn't like the situation where I felt like half the company was at arms with itself. I have spoken this morning before you arrived with the Regent. I went to him late last night after I heard word from you. I am assuming that the only reason there was violence in Kashmir and the Agile Hand was destroyed is they were intimately involved with the spread of the worm contagion.
What? Intimately involved?
There were barrels.
There were words.
When I ask you the question, be very careful in how you answer. It was apparent that they were responsible.
Yes.
Yes.
I explained this to the Lord Regent, and I commented that the actions, while not the ideal situation, are in the best interests of his people.
Correct.
We have made concessions to the Baron, Galwin, and Grencroft to sweep this out. There are some conditions. The mercenary company, known as the Scale Company, will no longer exist. We are now the Scales of Intern and are considered a part of the military branch of this nation.
Ooh, what?
Is that an upgrade?
I guess.
Well,
Maybe.
we now have federal funding.
Oh, sweet.
So.
Can I get a tank?
So
Airships. We want airships.
Calm down, George Bush.
So, while
Mission
I am your
accomplished.
commander, we are now also servants to the Lord Regent and the heir directly.
King and country.
This is
Lord
good.
Regent and the
The
heir
heir.
directly.
We're
Is
now.
there?
The heir.
Well,
Different
that's the
heir.
whole point of the Regent, is the Regent holds power until the heir comes of age.
Yeah. My loyalties to the heir. So,
We
just
just don't want to have any complications with that.
So we're now.
understood, sir.
Now we're now political tools.
Well,
The other thing is,
paid tools.
in
Federally funded. Paid.
lieu of any hostilities between the Baron and Lord Regent, we want to cool off a little. So
What are we
they
doing?
have
Scaled what now? Sorry.
the Scales of Endurance.
Scaled Durant.
They asked if you guys could take a break from the city for just a few days.
What is
So
that supposed to
that-
mean?
We don't cause a little tension. And
Take a break.
I happen to have an assignment that I would trust no one other than the group of you.
So no paid vacation.
Sir, before you hand out the assignment, may I ask what Kieran found?
He gestures, and Jamie bows and leaves, and on the way out locks the door. Kira, you can stay.
I assume so. We locked the door. I mean, she's a rock gnome. She can't get out that
That
quick.
is the mission. Last we spoke, Curran was going west in the Howling Mountains to pursue both the orcs and to look up on the vision you guys received. He has not returned. By this point, he should have long been back. Our meeting with you was before the strike, so that means he's been gone for over 20 days. And as he flies, it should have been much shorter for him to fly there and circle back.
Zombie dragon.
They did offer to go with him.
He did.
But then he would have been a zombie too.
We offered to fly on his back with him.
But you'd also be a zombie as well. I've seen this episode.
I've seen this episode of Game of Thrones.
And GOT, and I know what happens.
So I need you guys to investigate.
Consider it
Well, I
done.
can't be Never-Ending Story. Why does that have to be?
He's not Falcor. He drowned in a mud puddle.
No! Oh my god!
That's a tree.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a trade.
That's
Yeah.
true. I stand corrected. Still not a flying dog.
All right.
Not a wish.
All right. Let's go see if we can rescue
Where the hell in
Karen.
the mountains we go?
It's I need to stop back at Wheel Junction first to give out standing orders to my men.
That is fine.
We
Do you want to take infant with us?
we'd like to request that we take Jamie with us.
Jamie.
Yep. And Kira.
And Kira.
Kira's still getting used to her new form. She may need a little help.
I don't want to send her, my only other commander, now that Kern is in the wind and the group of you are going to try to rescue him or find out where he is. I'm not sending Kira, my only other commander, away.
Well, then in return,
In
return for this,
No,
we
we're
need
not
you to
taking
give
talents.
Jamie a bonus. We treated him harshly, trying to get.
But he did give us valuable information.
He gave us valuable information,
And he's looking for another commander.
and he's been loyal to
Jamie
Kira
might
this
be
whole
a
time.
good bet to be your fill-in until we find out what happened.
I will take care of Jamie in lieu of learning
Commander Jamie?
whatever happened.
Commander Jamie.
It's good.
And we will try to establish ourselves as a new elite royal guard. I believe the Lord Regent's goal is, as you know, the heir is 15. Eventually, not too long from now, he would be considered aged to rule.
next year.
And Lord Regent is considering his options of reestablishing the nation of Endurin instead of the valley.
Okay.
Side note: do we worry that the Lord Regent will not want to give up?
Nothing seems to be leading to that yet.
Because no one ever seems to want to give it up when someone gets power. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just
Then
going to
the
give
Lord
away to
Regent
some
will
kid.
be
Some infighting, yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to control.
Mm.
Put a brain in his head.
Keep an eye on that.
I don't know the brain thing, but
Might want to keep an eye on that in the background.
Well, we do have regular eyes on the heir, which means we have regular eyes on the Lord Regent.
Yes.
So, if anything questionable comes up, I'm sure we would be informed. So, I say, okay, now that we are part of the kingdom, is there any additional funds that can be used for recruiting?
they will give stipends to me. But unless we're at war,
Okay.
No, time
these
to
hills right
We
on
gotta
here.
get a new map.
We're never going to find it.
As you go,
Gotta update
Iris tells you that she did get some information you're seeking.
Wait a minute. Wait, what did she say?
Some information you're seeking.
I know, but how did she say it, John?
That's all right.
Were you asking for me to do the Irish voice?
I mean, I think everyone that listens to the podcast wants to hear you do the Irish voice, John. It's your thing.
I got it. I'm a little sick, so
Yeah, he's got a time to
All right, guys. So I was looking in. You know, you were looking for the amulet. I found out where the Dragonborn sorcerer lived before he died. He's probably buried in the the shrine in that town.
Which town?
Timberton.
Timberton.
This is for the golem?
Well, he had his own golem. I thought the idea that we could try to retrofit it to other existing golems.
We're going that way anyways. Yeah. We can stop there on the way them out.
Wow, look at that. Look at that.
Keep that armor. As
do we take that armor?
If we could see if that's something we can reanimate as well.
Yeah.
The bottle head.
The bottle head?
The bottle.
The brain of bottle.
Yeah.
Create several golems. Make a golem army.
Yeah.
I mean,
Golem Nation.
Yeah. Could be
Golem
unofficial.
Is there anything else you wanted to do in Wheel Junction?
Did we find any more info out about the Nexus? Did she find anything else out about that?
I slide Iris a little piece of paper, and I say, "I'm looking for this one book." And
she opens it up. Woo! All right. Wasn't expecting that.
Just like the
let me know.
Con or something.
Just let me know if you find any information when we come back.
Yeah.
I feel like the Necronomicon would be light reading in this world. So,
I also asked her if she can look into the Fae spa that Brian and I have visited.
Everyone else was telling me about that.
And then,
I think he made a deal with a coven of hags.
Yes, I think we did too.
oh my god.
Hags.
But we're trying to figure out how to work
You
our way
guys-
around
keep
that.
the
And you criticize me.
Don't blame me. You were the one.
Oh yeah,
You were
sure,
part of it.
Sure, I see
Mark,
how it goes.
Mark, haven't seen Brian make decisions. You definitely were in charge of that one.
I definitely wasn't.
Brian cannot make the decision to save his life.
We were dragged in there. We weren't like we didn't have an option in the matter.
Oh, see, it changes.
No, look at my thing. We got pulled into the tree. Remember, we went to go investigate it, and we got pulled into the tree.
Honestly, I don't remember.
Yeah, I wrote notes.
I don't remember. Whoa! Oh man, you alright?
What you're currently hearing is a previous session's downtime. See, everyone usually gets a chance to self-adventure, explore the area, meet new friends, and, well, enrich themselves in different ways. Some of us rob banks. Some of us explore trees. And sometimes we forget. Hence, take it away, Mark and Brian.
So what's y'all's downtimes like?
I don't know. I was dragged into something, some nonsense. I don't know what exactly happened, but
My character mostly just worked on looking for reagents to make his staff and trying to find a great wood to become a warden of.
Yeah.
And I occasionally checked in with Iris because my main other character is her assistant.
Oates dragged me into something, and even
I didn't drag you into anything. I asked you if you wanted to join.
And I said,
no one put a sword to your head.
You're right. I did say yes. I did see it. But what happened? Must have been too
Must have been
drunk
good
to
because you
remember.
totally forgot about it.
Yeah, I was.
That's what we're unraveling right now because
But
we've
it
just
just
burned
seems-
down all the depots that had the barrels that we've been delivering
With the worms.
with the worms, and we are
So what is the plan?
well.
So did we ever? Like, we just gonna just act like I didn't do anything during the downtime?
You can investigate the tree.
Okay.
You guys could have entered.
I was also teaching you Orcish.
I don't know.
That's what we
What
were
did you-
planning.
wait,
That's what we were doing.
What your plan when you got in there was.
To tear it all down.
Why? Why would we do that?
Because we found out if there's a certain time frame they're gonna kill us,
No, they're
and then
gonna
we become enslaved to them.
they're gonna take something in exchange for what they gave you.
Yeah,
So, but
because that guy that we defeated was had the same thing.
okay. So if we tear it down, you're telling me nothing bad's gonna happen if we try to do this.
Well, there's
Well, they didn't wanna do anything.
is anything bad gonna happen? And B, are just the two of you stronger than them?
Well, it's more of just we were gonna go and find out, like, what the heck, man.
Okay, so we're not tearing it down.
So what? Where are you guys?
We went to that Feywild place where we had the spa.
Yep.
And they sold us on the thing of, enhance your abilities.
Yes.
If you let us paint you.
Yes.
And we found out that other guy that we killed last time.
The
had
Medusa.
the same thing done to him.
Right.
Them,
Yep.
and they had stuck being that where they were.
Mm-hmm.
So that was their punishment.
Yeah.
For getting
So we're
thing.
afraid that
So
we
we're
could-
afraid that same thing happened to us. So we're going back to renegotiate the terms.
You messaged us?
No, I went to go search so I could find
okay.
Jamie's name, and it accidentally typed it instead.
Okay.
So you go there. You during your downtime, you ask them.
What to do?
The person in the front desk says that unfortunately, there is no renegotiations. You agreed to the contract of your own free will.
That's to speak to the manager.
Like this
Wait,
front desk.
where are you guys now?
We went to the spa that we got.
We're returning.
This is kind of like their downtime while you guys.
We never actually ended up doing it because
they can set up a
forgot
meeting with the ladies of the house if you so desire.
Yes.
We so
Yes.
desire.
We so desire.
Right.
Yes.
They basically tell you that.
Well, I first explained to them what we just went through.
Yep.
And how, after experiencing that, we're both very worried that...
They tell you there is nothing to be worried about, sweetie.
Well, they said sweetie, so
Well,
I guess it must be okay.
Okay.
If you say the word honey or sweetie at the end, it's all
right.
good.
My grandma used to call me honey and
Yeah,
sweetie, so we're
yeah. Can we have that in writing? That it's going to be all good, sweetie.
There's nothing to worry about. That's not anything to put. They can put anything in writing.
I
It's not
know.
really
I promise you, you won't turn into Medusas. There's nothing to worry about.
Wait.
Well,
But we
there's a lot of other things we could be
encountered
turned
some
into.
people. We encountered some folks that this happened to, so we're afraid it's going to happen to us. Do you know who we speak of?
Oh, we've dealt with many people, and some people don't like the price that they have to pay. But you got what you wanted. You're stronger than you were before, and you're more charismatic.
Well,
because they wouldn't. Because you like had something going. I'm trying to remember everything that happened.
Hey, we did this downtime over a Zoom call, so
yeah.
That's
This
how
was a
ago.
long time
I
ago.
love how Mark always deflects responsibility.
No, because this definitely was. I remember this. I'm
No,
sorry.
They made-
This
they
was Brian
made-
was like.
they made a deal with 3 female sorcerers
Brian made it.
in the Feywild
No, it wasn't just me.
who gave him
Yeah.
a +2 to his strength score
Yeah.
and him a +2 to his charisma, and said, in 1 year's time, we're just gonna ask for a small favor.
Wait a minute.
You never make deals with the Fae.
Yeah, you
I know.
I
I said this.
That's
every
like
time.
textbook 101.
I literally was like, no.
All right.
And then he's like, yeah, we'll do it.
No,
You never
let's-
accept food, you never accept drink, and
Yes.
you never make deals.
All right. Now that you refresh my memory, we're back in the game. Where are we in the timeline? How much time do you want until you need this favor? Like
where you are?
yes, where we are.
That is actually a pretty useful question.
I know. I have to say, like,
So-
are we 3 months? Are we a year? Where are we?
We have time to figure out a way out of this, or we have to figure out a way out of this right now.
All right, so it has been. You made that deal on day 50 of the campaign. It is now day 280.
Oh,
It's coming up.
it's coming up pretty quick. Well, it's still the same time of years in the same time frame of. So
Yeah,
we
it's
got-
still 365 days.
Yeah, so,
so-
we have like 100 days left.
Yeah, well, no, it's only been 130 days.
Oh, so we have like 200 days.
You got it on? No, 230 days, sorry.
Yeah, you said. Okay.
So you got another
A third of a
100.
year. You have a third
Yeah.
of a
Yeah,
year.
you got 135 days.
All right. My question is this: can we ask? Could you give us a clue about this favor you might need in return? Is something you can?
Why do you think they're gonna make? Oh yeah, we're gonna like make them into mice. It's like Dragon's gonna like, you're like, oh, you know, we're just watching like
Well, we're
kill
here.
the god of thunder.
We're here. We might as well ask.
Well, I don't know, sweetie. It depends on what I need in that time.
Oh, boy.
If I had known exactly what I needed from a year from now, I would have told you when we made the deal.
Shall we walk away, come back in a year, or should we see if they want? Maybe we can get this out of the way now.
That's what I was gonna say. Let's see what they have done.
Yeah.
What they need for a favor right now.
Since we're here, and we don't know where we're gonna be,
we don't know if we'll be
in
here
100
in a year.
days.
We might be dead by then.
Could you accelerate this so maybe we could
just say like
we could help you out your favor right now, or
is there anything we could do
in the next couple of months we can do it. We can work on
within
it.
reason as a favor right now to complete our contract.
Yeah.
You want to bring your year to an end?
Oh God!
Oh boy!
If you want, I will go to town to him right now. No, Mark, this is
edit that out, please.
Yeah. do we want this? Do we just come back?
This is your mess.
No, we're in it
Another 5
together.
minutes you got me into.
You guys were both on that Zoom call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're in it
but I remember
together.
someone saying yes immediately.
Interesting.
All I
having
know
to be
is
like,
they're like,
well,
I get a +2 to my strength,
Yes.
a +2
No.
to my
Yes,
charisma.
yes.
Sign me up.
Yes,
No, I remember
Mark,
someone
And that's why
saying-
you're the only people in the party that have 20s in your main
No,
stats.
I remember someone who said +2 to his strength, and he was like, "Yes, please."
Yeah,
And I
but
was
what does
like-
that have to do with you?
and
You
someone
would have
else
said no.
And somebody else saying, "Well, you not one of you can take it, the other one can't. You both have to say yes or no."
No, I never said that.
No,
Yeah, I remember you.
It was 1 for 1.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember.
Whoever got the benefit were
He's
people
just
they painted.
blaming me for his own stupid mistake.
I'm looking at my notes.
I'm just really surprised because I don't remember really any hesitation from either of you.
Listen,
and I wasn't entirely sure you would take a weird deal from some ladies in the Feywild.
I own up.
I
own up, and I take it, and I'm willing to take this now.
Get a giant rat to rat.
We're not
But
gonna
only if
take
my
it.
partner in crime is willing to accelerate.
Of unusual size.
Are you really sure you want to consider your year complete?
I will ask my partner in crime. Partner in crime, do we want to do this or just wait it out? I say wait and come back. Because that in real life, that would be a couple sessions.
Why don't you ask you if you get to keep the bonus after the thing?
But I would still have to do whatever they want us to
You
do.
would insinuate you might live afterwards.
Brian,
Nice to be around after that.
Brian, I would hate furniture shopping with you.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like this is exactly how you
It
be.
is.
You're like, I don't know. Allison, What do you think?
Allison? You tell me what you want to do.
What color? I could see any
We
color.
can always come back
Colors.
in a couple
yeah.
weeks
Yeah.
if you want.
Well, I say let's wait it out then. That's my opinion. Because we got a lot going on
Hey, you know what?
anyway.
Why don't you end it now and ask her for an additional favor if you want to end it now? Just be like, give me something else if you want me to end it now.
Yeah, but that's not part of the contract. There's no way.
You change the fucking Fae, man. You
It's
change
a
it all
thing.
the time.
You change all the time, man.
No, because we just asked her, could you change? She's like, no, that was the contract we had.
No, the girl up front said that, but who knows the girl up front?
No, did the girl? I don't know. Who
Speak to
said
him,
that?
It was a guy up front.
This is the desk clerk up front.
What?
I think this is going to go sideways.
You could ask for another strength to finish now.
Or something else.
Chocolate. Bar chocolate.
I am not going to ask for anything more because they're going to want another favor. That's my opinion.
Not gonna give me anything for free.
Exactly. And I will tell you this. I say let's wait it out because we don't really have to deal with this right now. We have time.
Do we get to keep our bonus after the favor is completed?
I don't know.
What would you expect? They're not going to give it. I say let's wait it out because we have to deal with our party and everything.
All right,
going
so
on.
this is what you know. The Medusa said she made a deal with the three of them. She wanted to be the most beautiful person
Right.
ever.
Yes.
And in the reflection where she wasn't a Medusa, she was very beautiful. That she exhibited after you destroyed her physical form.
Right.
But after her deal came to fruit, was she still beautiful?
No.
So we're still not gonna lose 2 of each charisma and strength.
Oh, yeah, minimum.
Yeah. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, so you know, as
No, I guess the question would be: did the Medusa turn into the Medusa because?
No, she was. She mentioned that she was.
Didn't uphold her favor.
She was that beforehand.
But did she not do the favor for?
It's like the Twilight Zone. It's like you're going to get something, but it's not going to be exactly what you thought.
That is what dealing with the Fae is all about.
It's like a monkey's paw. It's a monkey's paw.
Yeah. Or just dealing with a genie.
Right.
Yeah.
So you either have to kill the Fae, or find
my suggestion.
Higher level D&D
player. My suggestion
would to younger D&D players that don't know any better.
My suggestion would be: don't go into negotiations blindly. Try to figure out everything you can. It might be useful, or find something along your travels that you're like, maybe they'll like. But come into this negotiation with something, whether it be knowledge or an item.
Cavalry.
Or option 3, the cavalry, and see how
burn this motherfucker down.
That ain't gonna work out. I think we come back at a different time.
They're not gods. Like,
yeah, they're not gods.
But
they're just phase.
Trust
me, I've killed many of phase.
The two of you by yourselves, I would not challenge all three of them.
Bring the cavalry in.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait out.
We'll be back in
We're gonna wait out the year and see what's gonna happen. We'll talk.
135 days.
All right, 135 days.
Let's just go. Let's go.
I say we go to Iris and ask her questions.
All right, I'll work some stuff up for you to look up some research after. All right, well, we're gonna time warp back to the present time. Hags, what they like most in the world is to make mortals suffer.
Oh, Jesus, but that's not the answer I'm looking for.
They like to just shake things up and like make you cry at night.
So if we need to get out of this contract, probably just killing them is the best way to go.
Yeah. But it might violate your current contract and make the claws come immediately.
Just because they died doesn't
but
mean
nobody
their
would be
magic
able
is
to control it, so maybe you'd be able
You
to
might be
control
able to
it.
reverse the magic with other more powerful magic afterwards. Or if you could understand the magic that they cursed you with in the first place, you could uncurse yourself. But that's a lot of ifs. Or if you could give them a level of suffering even more than they would make you suffer, maybe they make it worth it.
Oh.
Capture. Take their toes off one by one.
Not make them suffer. Make other people suffer.
So if we maybe did like the old switcheroo, like we said, we got someone else you can make suffer instead of us. Maybe if that person they were willing to do that, we would get out of the suffering. Maybe.
Maybe.
It would have to be 2 people for each of you. You'd have to
Yeah. It would have to be something big and juicy for them to be like, yeah.
Like the outrigger.
Or you could find another hag and make a deal with them to get out of this deal. That could work.
But then we're just back into another deal again.
Deal or no deal.
So Skeet's just looking at you guys very judgingly.
I'm just trying to figure this out.
I was drunk.
With a little bit of anger in his eyes.
Think about it. That's a great idea.
Also remember, this is way early in us playing the game. Outside of the game. This is way early we were playing the game. We were the two least knowing people.
We're in our shit.
Game.
We have to sit and figure it out.
It was the perfect group to.
Yeah, it was the two least knowing people of know anything about D&D.
Yeah.
And a very knowledgeable DM probably take a little bit of advantage of the two Nimrods that had no idea what.
Well, that would be the same thing as you as
blame it on the DM
dealing with a hag that is 3 hags that are centuries old.
Yeah.
It would be similar to that kind of.
So just don't throw
if you were
stones
your new deal,
on glass houses guy who was turning into a rat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't throw stones at glass houses is what you say to me? After every stone you cast my way?
Oh boy. Alex, no, what were you saying? Like,
That
if
was
we
not
make a
that
deal,
insane game, by the way.
if we make a deal with another Fae, say we found
Oh,
another
you
Fae.
want to make more deals?
No. I want to play it out though. If we made a deal with another Fae, we told them the situation. But
Brian
see,
is
the
not
thing
keeping his immortal soul when he dies.
That Fae is just gonna screw with us.
Well, the Faes
anyway.
don't really want your soul. That's more of a devil's preview, but
They just want to see you suffer.
Yeah.
Fae like
they just like
they
watching
like
people suffer.
chaos.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow. She pulls out her little jar. I've been doing a lot of testing on these worms. So there's a few things. We found out earlier that they don't like fire.
Yep.
Found out that. The other thing, they don't seem to like holy magic.
Okay.
It works just like fire. And they melt pretty good when you dip them in acid.
Well, that's helpful.
I mean, don't most things?
No.
Bring him with us.
No.
Use them on these bad guys.
Can you see if they can be repurposed?
That's what I'm saying.
Stop it.
So, what purpose?
Well, we know that they can mend their hosts. Can we see if we can repurpose them to the point where they can mend their host in a symbiotic way without infecting others and reproducing to the point of the host's death?
I like where you're going with this.
Venom style.
It is
That was
entirely
like
possible.
Wolverine, but
Yeah.
But I feel like that is a dangerous proposition after just criticizing these two idiots for making deals with hags.
Yeah.
You want to make a deal with a
With a worm.
symbiotic aberration worm and put it in your body?
well, I mean,
In your
we
body?
test on animals first.
You're gonna put it in your body? You want to put it in yourself?
You are an animal.
Natural animals.
He wants
Have we
to-
learned nothing from makeup companies?
Okay. Reel it back in here.
No, the
Like she
worms-
was, like Iris was saying, you were getting aggravated with us from what we did, but now you want to put like a worm that you know sucks the soul out of the person.
I want to see if we can re-engineer
and then put it
them.
inside yourself.
I would like to see if we can re-engineer them.
I will look. They seem to
And
take.
you wonder why I worry about
They
you.
seem to take some kind of direction from
Hag
some
slave.
Yeah, it's one.
other entity. They have no mind of their own, but most of the time they act quite mindless. But they do seem like they have a overarching purpose, and it's not coming from them. So the idea would be mostly to try to disconnect them from
Oh, shit. I just thought of something.
the whatever you call it, network of
The collective.
collective
These-
consciousness of whatever these things.
Have we tried to detect magic? on
Agreed
them?
to.
See if they're, like-
Think about it. These
Yeah, we don't-
things
they're
are
magic.
the darkness. They get into you,
We tried to detect
and
thoughts
you are
on
no
them.
more. A wave of these in the entire continent is
Yeah.
probably what the original darkness was.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ebrios.
So,
Yeah, that's a good
okay,
point.
well, can we continue our research?
I will continue. I still have a few more, and I've
trying to
been
find ways to- I'm trying to
I've been
find ways
breeding
to-
them in the with all the animals we catch in the
We
field.
gotta worry about our fave
Some
problem
mice.
there.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about the
feel
food
nice.
problem. It's far enough down the road.
It's gonna come up quick.
With the
That's all I got. Would I rather? You know, I could take a Coke or something, but I
With
think
the,
people wouldn't. You know,
Could
for
you-
the greater science.
Could you, yeah, I ain't cats.
No, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Well, the cats we use as mousers.
Yeah,
there any way
I
to-
mean, just one. I want to see if something as large as a cat it would turn.
You said it worked on a human.
Do they chase
Right,
you?
but I want to see if it would turn the cat or just eat the cat.
The cats chase you around?
No.
No.
I'll see what I can do.
I want to see how, because if we're just using mice and the worms are just consuming the mice and reproducing, then that we don't know how large the host has to be before it takes over the body
Is there a way
and
to find
starts
out if the
acting
these worms are somehow
for its original purpose.
controlled by ebrios?
Oh, we know
No,
where
they're
the
not,
controller.
they're not controlled by ebrios. They're controlled by the slumbering worm.
Yeah, the worm that slumbers.
Yeah.
It's out of the slumbering worm is when you went into the first dungeon in
I
Black
remember,
Rock,
yeah, I read that.
and there was a big crystal thing where you saw
Yeah,
this mass of worms slithering on this floating continent. You have no idea where you were looking at.
Yeah.
And then you guys tried communicating with it, and it went sorely bad.
Yes.
That is the slumbering worm.
And it said it was in prison, right?
No.
Right, yeah.
About it?
No.
Might not be a terrible idea.
Might not be a terrible idea.
What's that a terrible idea?
Talking to Ebrios about it.
Nope, I haven't had time. I've been too busy murdering lots of people and taking heads and blowing up depots.
Apparently just straight up destroying the Nimble Fingers
meditation session.
And the
No, I'm gonna,
Yeah, wiping out a lot of.
I'll do it during
things.
downtime. I'll do it during downtime.
Let's go find Blue Dragon guy.
Go to Timberton first.
All right. Appreciate the research.
Go dig up a body.
You got it, guys. Stay safe out there.
Thanks, Iris.
Thanks, Iris.
Thanks, Iris. You too.
Iris, what are you losing
Keep an
weight?
eye out for those memory crystals.
You know how much Iris weighs?
Like 50
Like
pounds.
10 pounds.
Yeah.
28 pounds.
Oh, really?
She's like
sitting
this,
on her weight.
she's like this tall, dude.
Hers
like
like
3 foot.
eye level.
Kira's probably taller, actually.
Yeah.
No, she's only actually she's only 31 inches tall.
I know.
But she is an offshoot of Dragonborn, so
Yeah.
I'll ask her before we leave if she spots any memory crystals in any documentation she goes across.
Has she
Oh,
looked-
memory crystals for the automaton in the Nexus? Yeah.
Yeah, she looked in
I
the
haven't
other
seen
one.
any since I've left the temple, but yeah. I will let you know as soon as I find any.
thanks, Iris, for doing all our hard lifting for us.
There's a lot of things. So we gotta keep.
Timberton's on the way to the Howling Mountains, by the way.
Yeah, there's
It's just
that's
some
where the-
Timberlake.
there's supposed to be a
Thing
like
that
a
you
plateau.
mentioned, right?
Yep.
Supposed to be a plateau overlooking
We have
something somewhere.
Anselm's
Yeah,
Crossing.
you
Dawson's
while
Creek.
talking
Dawson's
to the
Creek.
automaton, you were looking for something about one of the
Animal
last
Crossing.
cities of the First Kingdom, and there was a plateau overlooking where the Despised rests, which is not a creature you are familiar with.
Oh, the spies is a creature.
It's an entity.
All right.
It's a something.
Timberton technically is near. Is that technically a plateau?
No, that's just in the forest.
Oh, okay.
It's where the west side of the valley gets their lumber supply.
Yeah.
Be
let's
quicker
take
than
a-
walking.
let's take a boat, be quicker, and
We're on a
now that we're
boat.
part of the government, we have access to boats, I imagine.
We could even look for a portal there.
No, we don't need portals.
No, we're just gonna take the river all the way down.
No, I meant your portal magic.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't, if we're gonna stop it anywhere to like on the way, if we're gonna stay over anywhere on the way, we could. We're gonna hop a boat
Taking a boat.
We're on a boat.
to
We
Timberton.
get a soda. I'll be right back. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
on board.
We're taking a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking a boat.
Never believed we'd be
Down the
here.
river. We're on a boat, Brian.
Yes.
We're on a boat.
We're boat people.
Nothing bad ever happens on a boat. It's all gravy. The seas never get choppy. And by no means should you ever get attacked. Hopefully the vessel that we're able to acquire has some sort of armored keel. Because as any Final Fantasy I player knows, it's about to get a little tentacly. That's not even a word. Thank you very much for listening to Dungeonetics. We can be reached at all things Dungeonetics. It's Dungeonetics at freesound.org, which is where I found the wonderful sound of a VHS recorder. Whew. Badoink is there. There's a bunch of great... Check out our profile to get a full list of accreditation. The music that you're currently hearing is provided by Virus of Ideals. Our intro music by Kellen. And, remember, adventurers, each inside every one of you is a little adventure just hoping to get out. Some families, hope is a 4-letter word. I mean, it's a I would hope the furnace wouldn't go off. Have a good night.